What they didn't know is that I had an AirPod, an AirTag in this stuff. Good morning. I'm still drinking decaf coffee. I started having like dabbling in caffeine, and I've been really, really anxious lately. You are flying. So we're back to like 0 caffeine for the next couple days. I learned once that the grogginess that you feel in the morning is not necessarily just being tired. It is like the withdrawal of caffeine from the day and the night, and then in the morning you like having caffeine withdrawals. I just get super anxious, and it could just be my circumstances of just unpacking and having, I don't know. I could just be anxious for other reasons, but we're gonna try do no caffeine. And once I like get on it, I feel good. So just a couple of days. This is his new skill, and I'm not a fan. He has learned how to climb up this, and then usually climbs onto the countertop. So now we're just army crawling. So. Oh, thank you.
Because mine has a geyser.
Yeah, you'll be tall enough to hit that garage door button. It's a little morning stroll before it gets too hot. This is what dreams are made of.
It's beautiful out.
It is only 90 degrees.
Yeah, that was nice.
So I keep saying that we're camping here. We're not really camping. I would say we're living like minimalists. We have like, I say I'm eco-friendly. We've got paper plates because we don't have any other plates, and it's driving me nuts. We have plastic silverware and plasticware, and just like the essentials. The essentials, a TV. We have a couch. We got a bed. Seth has been sleeping on an air mattress, so he's really excited that our beds are here so that he could have like a proper sleep, because that's been brutal. Him and Aaliyah sleep on that. I brought stuff from my friend's house just to have like the bare minimum, right? So I felt like I was back to my roots, living on a one-way. I started this channel living on a one-way because I was traveling all over the world, just like living on a one-way, and only things that were in my backpack. And sometimes when I just want to give myself an anxiety attack, I look around at all these things and I'm like, what are we doing? And somebody said, while you're unpacking, have a donate bin just like there. And that has been saving me. So as I'm unpacking, I'm like, nope, donate. So it's like a donate / put on marketplace bin. All the kids' stuff will just be donated because I don't even want them to see it. Okay, now we gotta go on your belly. On your belly. Good job. We haven't had stairs yet, so this is like terrifying. But it is pretty good. We're trying to just teach them how to do it. This house is also twice the size of our old house. I was worried about everything coming in and it feeling like too much. And honestly, like it is too much. Like there's so much. Nothing has a home yet. So like right now, it's just absolutely insane. Good job. Oh no, it's not the weekend. So we're not gonna do tablets today. My life is chaos, my house is chaos, feeding my family is chaos. One thing that I talked about in the last video is Hiya and these greens. They have been helping me because it's chocolate milk in the morning. And I think that it's very important for your kids to have, what are you doing? She's stealing tomatoes to eat. I think it's important for your kids to learn to snack on fruits and vegetables and learn to eat fruits and vegetables and not to just hide them all the time, like in brownies that are really zucchini. But I also feel like Supermom when I give them chocolate milk, and it's got barley, kale, alfalfa, wheatgrass, prunella, acai, banana, cranberry. It has stuff for digestion, it's got greens, it's got superfoods. There's just a lot of good stuff in here. So if you need to sneak some extra greens into your kids, definitely check out Hiya. You can go to hiyahealth.com/HEYSHAYLA and you will get 50% off your first order. We also use and love their multivitamin and probiotic. But like I said, this house is 2 times the size of our old house. So it feels overwhelming now because nothing has a home, but I'm hoping that once everything has a home, I want it to feel somewhat empty. Like there's an echo in here right now. We're gonna get like a rug. Nope, food stays in the kitchen, please. But I wanna keep these kitchen cabinets, some of them empty. I want some of them, that's my goal, is to have some of them be empty. I don't just want to fill it up because I have the space. Because even since I've been here, there's like this composter that I want. And I was like, oh, that'd be really nice. And I'm like, but do I need it? There's so much excitement of like moving to a new place and having a new house and like getting decoration and all of that. Like when I was in the house in Minnesota, I just felt like stagnant, and I feel like buying things is what gave me the thrills. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I love this new vacuum that I'm getting, or I love this new composter and I just felt like looking back or like reflecting that I felt like it was just like I would get thrills from new things. And so I'm really gonna like kind of journal on that, because I don't want that to be, I want it to be like, I'm excited because we're gonna go to a new hike today, or we're gonna go try a new thing, or meet a new person, or do something, so that like it's like we're collecting memories instead of things. It's kind of an epiphany I had. Look at this beautiful mermaid. It's a piggy bank. We like went to this place to paint them and make them. It's like a ceramic place. We went specifically for piggy banks. The piggy banks that they had were $50 each. I was like, piggy bank's literally gonna break the bank. But I will say the couple of things that I did miss were, we had our espresso machine, so that was nice. I missed the Tish baby a lot. So I made a friend and she's like, I've got two, you can take one of mine. And I was like, thank you. I missed having a high chair for him, because I feel like he has not been eating as much as he should be, because he has not had a high chair. So now he like sits at the high chair and eats a little more than normal, which makes me feel good. But he's like 13 months. He should be like sitting and eating. So he is obsessed with using utensils. And with my first, I'd be like, this is a major milestone. This is so great. And I'm like, not utensils, like it's everywhere. I'm glad we have the cloth diapers back, because people who do not use cloth diapers are so expensive, and they go through so many of them, and it's so wasteful. I'm just glad we have them back. Oh, my flosser, my like electric flosser. I miss it so much. I haven't found it yet, but I can't wait to find it. And then just like our clothing, because I've been wearing the same thing over and over and over, so. All right, hi, we are in the bedroom. I bought this off Marketplace. The screws are stripped. It was like, oh, this is an article bed, which is like $1,000 bed, and I like the style or whatever. You can have it for $75. It needs slats. It not only needs slats, it needs like the support underneath. So I bought some of the legs. It's just a project. So now I'm waiting for new screws to come. Anyway, I want to give you like the drama on this moving situation, because it was insane. So I told them over a month ago that we needed our stuff here by the 28th. Was told, oh yeah, it'll be there, it'll be there, it'll be there. And then the day before it was supposed to be there, they're like, it's still in Minnesota. I'm kidding. Hey. Then every weekend after that, oh, it's going out. Oh, it didn't go out. And then they were like, oh yeah, they've taken it from us. It's gone. And then we were told it's broken down in Texas. And then we were told we'll be there by Thursday. What they didn't know is that I had an AirPod, an AirTag in this stuff. And I kind of did it on purpose. I kind of just packed it. So Thursday morning, I checked to see where this AirTag is, because it has only been in Minnesota. You pick this up on the 4th. It is now like, I don't know, the 14th or something, which after talking to people on Instagram, this is like pennies, like 10 days late, no big deal. Some people were like months. So I'm like, okay, it's in Minnesota. Who am I supposed to call? So we hired a broker. The broker hired the movers. We call them dispatch, because they pick it up from Minnesota and dispatch the driver, and then the driver. So we have the broker, dispatch, driver. Called the broker, and I kind of lost it on her. I was like, who is responsible? Who am I supposed to talk to? Nobody wants to take responsibility. Nobody wants to talk to me. She's like, you need to call the driver. I was like, I called the driver. He said he's in Texas, and he's not. He's in Minnesota. I hired you to get our stuff here. How do I get our stuff here? And Seth is like, I can't even imagine you like getting mad. And I was like, I was full Karen. Like I was so angry. She snapped back and she was like, you did not hire me to get your stuff here. You hired the company. And she went off and like gave it to me back. And I said, I sincerely apologize. You're right. I did not hire you. But nobody's taking responsibility for this, and I just want our things. And she's like, I'll contact dispatch. Well, after I got off the phone with her, I contacted dispatch. This is where the drama starts. Dispatch was like, oh, did you call your driver? And I was like, no, because he's not telling us the truth. But I didn't want to tell him. I don't want to give away my angle of having the air tag. So he's got me on the phone. He gets the driver on the phone, and he's like, hey, where are you? And he's like, oh, I'm in Texas. And he's like, okay. He says, in Texas, you should be there. He said he'll guarantee he'll be there by Saturday. It's Thursday. He'll be there by Saturday. All right, thank you, driver. Goodbye. Dispatch said, the driver said he'll be there on Saturday. And I was like, okay, where did he say he was? And he was like, last I heard was Texas. I go, it just pinged in Minnesota. And he's like, really? Now this guy was mad, because he's like, the driver needs to at least tell me the truth, and I can manage customer service. But now he's lying to me. He goes, so don't tell the driver you have that. Let's just see what happens. And sure enough, the next 3 days, I watch the AirTag update. Every time they stopped at like a truck stop, it updated all the way down to Arizona. And they were there by Saturday, by 5 p.m. Bedtime's usually like 6:37, 7:30-ish. They didn't leave till like 10 p.m. And they did the bed last. It was such an ordeal. A few things broke. A few things got like ruined, which I kind of anticipated. They are trying to get us a discount. So far, we have all of our stuff. Honestly, I was too overwhelmed with everything else to really care or to deal with it. I was like, honestly, just give me the insurance money at this point. I don't even want the things. Just like, I would say there's less than 5 things, like irreplaceable things. That was the drama with the movers. TBD on what happens is if we get any like reimbursements or anything. But now that I say it, it all feels very silly. But it was, the worst part was just the lying. Like, you're broken broken down in Texas, you were never in Texas. Maybe he was in Texas, but the stuff wasn't in Texas. And so I'm like, just tell me that you're still in Minnesota and that it hasn't left yet. And during all of this runaround, it was like, do we stay in the house that we're in? Or do we move into our freaking new house? Of course we want to move into the new house, but we don't have all the things. Do we have enough things? So we bought a couple of things that we needed. We took a couple of things from my friend's house and we just like made it work. Like I said, we weren't like camping, but we were definitely minimalists. And then I started to appreciate the minimalism. Ugh. Okay, so this is pretty much all of our stuff right now. Yeah. So Seth and I moved a few times. We moved to Washington State for an academy that I was in for a while, but like we packed a carload full and we rented a room in a house. So like we didn't have a whole house to move. Then we lived in my sister's basement, which I would have stayed in forever, but I was pregnant and Seth was like, we need to get this baby up. Can't live in your sister's basement. And I was like, I feel like this is the perfect scenario. So we moved out of her house into a house that was like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It was pretty small. And then when Aaliyah was almost 1, we moved into the house in Minnesota. Again, we didn't have a lot of stuff, but I was like, this is taking forever to pack up everything. We have so many things. And now we're gonna be here for a while. When I unload this stuff, I just immediately get like, I can't unload a box because I'm like, where should this go? Where does this need to go? Where is the best, most optimal place for this? I'm like, all the dishes and silverware need to be like within like a step of the dishwasher, right? Makes sense. And like, we need this here. When I'm on the stove, I want the oil here and I want the gloves here and I want like, I have it all like planned out. Seth doesn't care or think about any of that, which actually, is it an airplane or is that construction, a truck? Go by. Oh, and an airplane. Okay, hold on. We're literally the first people on our block. I just met the neighbors across the street. They're great. They said that someone just moved in next door that has young kids. Amazing. Okay, let me just go inside because this is not gonna work. Okay, now we're in the toy room. So basically what we do to unload is Seth doesn't care where things go. He doesn't hyper analyze the most optimal position for each thing. So he just empties boxes. And at first it was giving me insane anxiety because I'm like, oh, you're just putting things places. And then I was like, actually, now everything is in a place. And as we go, I can be like, nope, this isn't where this should go and I can change it. But that is an easier thing for me to do than to figure out where the thing needs to go to get it out of the box. So it works really well. Seth just unloads wherever he thinks it should go. And then I get to put it in like the place where I think is the best place. I feel like I've got just insane bags right now. I am so tired. I just feel like if we're getting real, I need to get on my childcare help because I'm staying up late trying to get my work done. When I am the worst in all of life, it's when I don't get enough sleep. And I don't need a lot of sleep, but when it's consistently not enough, then I am cranky and I am short, not fun to be around. So I need to figure out the childcare situation because it's really important for me to be home with my kids. I want to homeschool them. I also need to keep up this business. But to be creative, to be a creator and to create content all the time takes brain space. And if you're a stay-at-home mom, you know there's not a lot of extra bandwidth. So I'm having to like do the grind of the like daily home tasks and then try and figure out business stuff. And I'm just falling short. So I'm trying to figure out how to manage that basically. Colford's upstairs sleeping. The girls are on the couch with Seth, chilling. I want to go lay down. There's just a lot going on. So I feel like the house is a mess. Life feels like a mess. I'm just hoping that in a month I can just pat this girl on the back and be like, you were doing great. Everything feels more settled now. You have a routine. You have childcare. Your views are going up, like whatever. Also, I'm releasing shirts. And they should be, I keep saying the end of the month, I'm just perfecting them. Last time I got all of them and shipped them out myself. Now I'm going through somebody who can ship them. They ship them out and they print them and they do all the things and they handle customer service. So I'm like excited about it. And I think that the shirts are so cute and so fun. So I'm curious if you've done a move before where you sell everything and start over. And did you like that or not like that? Or were you, it's cheaper to ship than it is to buy new? And did you like that or did you not like that? I want to know what you were thinking there. I also want to know if you have like a stellar neighborhood. Like one of my good friends from high school lives in the coolest neighborhood. They do Smoke-a-Palooza and they celebrate Cinco de Mayo and they like have all these like block parties and whatever. Like how do you harness that? How do you facilitate that? Was it somebody who like was like, let's do this? Did you go door to door with cookies? Did you make a Facebook group? Did you make a group text? Like how do you facilitate an awesome neighborhood? Thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week. How do you get rid of all this stuff? My favorite hack, honestly, is putting it all in a box and just putting it somewhere, and then when they ask for it, bringing it out. Okay, goodbye.